Hello guys, welcome to the CO2 Rundown. Very fortunate today. I'm sitting with my brother right here, Paulo Manabe. I call him Oos because that's my brother. Tattoo artist here. We're at HNL Tattoo, and Paulo is the owner of this tattoo shop. And Oos, thanks again so much for being part of the CO2 Rundown. Let's jump on into this thing, man. Let's talk about HNL Tattoo. I know your whole story, right? Been my brother for feels what, 20 years. How old is Blaze?
20. He's gonna be 23.
23 years. You know, and this tattoo journey of yours has been since then. Let's just start here. HNL Tattoo. Tell us what this is.
I don't know. It's a tattoo shop. Just a dream of mine that I had for many years, you know, to have my own tattoo shop. Not to get rich, you know, just to have something of my own before I leave this earth.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, we talked about it since day one.
Yeah.
You know, I think my first tattoo, and again, Paul has done every single one of my tattoos except my Mighty Mouse tattoo, which has been completely overshadowed by this man's work, which is amazing. You guys can check him out. What is your Instagram, Moose? Like, that's your main source of
It's
social,
Paulo
right?
_ HNL Tattoo.
Paulo _ HNL Tattoo. You know, back in, shoot, I was in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in high school, and you started out in your house.
Correct.
So what prompted you to, you know, become a tattoo artist? Was it for a hobby? Was it a career right away? What was the motivation?
Well, in the beginning, it was just to make extra money. You know, I wasn't serious about tattooing at all. It was just to make extra money because I was having a family and I just needed something, looking for something more stable, you know. But actually, tattooing got a hold of me and never let me go. You know, I just fell in love with doing what I do, and I left everything else behind.
HNL Tattoo going on 2
2
years.
years. Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it at USO. One day I want to own my own shop. You know, that's what. And man, I think you can answer this better and you can add to this. I know there's a lot of adversity along the way. I know a lot of people probably try to go on the same path in the tattoo world, but they quit because, you know, the hard stuff. I mean, maybe talk about that. How hard was it getting to this point?
Very hard. I think the biggest obstacle was myself. You know, having faith in myself and wanting to take that leap. It's always scary opening your own business, you know, but I just said, if I don't do it now, I'll never do it, you know. That was probably the biggest obstacle for me, was just getting over that hump and deciding that I'm gonna do it, you know. Of course, leaving Pacific Soul because they're like my family, you know. That was very hard for me as well. But it's just something that I had to do, you know. And even if it didn't work out, I knew that at least I tried, you know. But someone told me that I couldn't think that way. I had to tell myself that it has to work out. You know, there is no if it doesn't work out. It has to, because I have to take care of my family. So once I got my mind set in that direction, it was fast. You know, I woke up one day, I talked to Nohea, and you know, we talked about it, and I just said, I'm gonna do it. And she said, okay, but she's heard me say that many times before. But when I came home and I told her, you know, I let Steve know this is gonna be my last day, she was in shock, like, you really did? Like, you actually? I said, we're gonna do it, you know. I have to. I just felt this strong conviction inside me that I gotta do it now. You know?
Yeah, and I guess that fear, when you made a decision, turned immediately into excitement.
Excitement, yeah. Very,
I'm getting goosebumps.
very excited, you know. I was very driven to want to get this shop up and running. my vision changed though. You know, I really wanted to have a shop that was like busy and, you know, lots of clients coming in the doors. But I don't think that that's what I don't think that that is what was meant for me, you know.
Did you have a vision of like having the shop and hiring a couple
Yeah,
of artists?
I that was my vision, having you know, a couple of other artists in here, and I'm still open to it, but I like the way it is, you know, appointment based. You can, you know, you tend to build a better relationship with your client instead of it just being, you know, just in and out kind of thing.
It's because it's almost becomes like their home as well, because there's no one else here. It's just you, and you build that relationship.
And that's basically what I wanted the feel to be. When you walk in the doors, you feel like you're in your living room. You know, you feel at ease. You know, I know there's stigmas where you walk into tattoo shops and people's like they're listening to loud music, going crazy, which is cool. That's the whole ambiance of tattooing, you know, and I love that as well. But for me, it's just I rather just chill. I stay in my own corner and I just keep to myself and just tattoo, you know, because that's what I love doing. I love tattooing.
Yeah, and you know, you talked about busy. You're booked until when?
Right now I'm taking appointments in January.
So look, if you're trying to get tattooed from the man himself, you gotta book now, because he's booked into January. So get at him, Paulo _ HNL Tattoo.
Yeah.
We're gonna shift gears a little bit, Us. I know we've shared many of long, late nights together. Shared, you know, we cried together. We did a lot of things that were very, you know, just for us to know. And I take that very, you know, I hold that in my heart. You know, I love you for that. Thank you for that. But I'm gonna ask you, what was your favorite, I guess, CO2 sports memory? Like, if you could share one thing with the viewers, like what, I guess, football wise, like what is it?
There's a couple, but I think my favorite was, I forget who you were playing, but I think it was maybe your first punt return or kick return touchdown, and everybody wasn't there. It was only me. Everybody had to, they were at some kind of family party, I believe, because I remember being the only person sitting in the seat. And when you came off to the sideline, you were throwing up and you couldn't breathe. And I was heckling you, and some dude behind me wanted to fight because he didn't know that I knew you, and I kept heckling you. But to me, that was.
Wait, was that at Hawaii?
Yeah.
That was Air Force, huh?
The
kick return. That was the first one. I do remember throwing up on the sideline after that.
I remember that. I remember it vividly because I remember watching you and, you know, going crazy, and then watching you come off the field, seeing you throwing up, and I started heckling you, and some dude behind me was telling me to shut up. I just kept, I don't know. That and the game against BYU. I remember the game against BYU was very hot, but that game was, I've never been in a stadium like that before. You know, it was literally moving. That, to me, that was probably one of my favorite moments of you playing football.
Yeah, because you got to experience it from the fans' perspective. And like, yeah, I remember that too. Probably one of my favorite football moments as well. I do remember feeling that stadium rocking.
It was
side to
crazy.
side.
I thought this stadium was going to
Oh
fall
my gosh.
at any time. At any time.
Another huge St. Louis Rams fan.
LA Rams.
Excuse me. Correct me.
We don't identify as St. Louis. LA Rams.
LA Rams.
Yes.
LA Rams. My bad. LA Rams. Why the Rams?
I was forced into it. Nah, but my dad, growing up, my dad watched football, and that was his team. Back in the 70s and the 80s when I was growing up.
And they were the LA Rams.
They were the LA
then,
Rams,
right?
right. But I think they just chose teams based on what we could watch on TV because it's a West Coast team. You know, we could watch the games. You'd still have to get up and watch it at 7 a.m., which is crazy, but, you know. Then they transitioned to St. Louis. I still followed them. And now that they're back in LA, you know, I don't know.
You've been to a game?
I went to one game. That was a game that they played here in Dallas when they played preseason game. It wasn't really a game. It was kind of like a scrimmage, you know, but none of the starters played. I got to see Aaron Donald out of uniform, but that dude is huge.
Would you like to go? I mean, is that one of your goals to go?
It was. Go to LA now? Was my goal until COVID hit,
Oh.
and I wanted to be there this season when they opened the stadium. At least check out a game, you know. But I still want to go. You know, I'm not afraid, but it's just we can't travel.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
we got to go to all of these things just to travel. So I'm just like, yeah, we can wait on that.
Yeah, one day you'll be there.
Yeah.
All right, Oos, this is the time of the interview where, you know, it's called rapid fire with CO2, where I'm going to, you know, give you two options, and whatever comes to mind, you give one of the answers or one of the options. Fair enough?
Let's do it.
Let's see. All right, you ready? Here we go. LeBron or MJ?
LeBron.
Okay, the king. Tua or Marcus? And that's Tua Tagovailoa or Marcus Mariota, quarterbacks.
Hard to choose. I pick both. They're both local. You know, gotta support local boys.
Okay. I'd say the same thing too. Surfing or bodyboarding? Bodyboarding.
Neither. I don't. Well, yeah, bodyboarding. When I was younger, I bodyboarded a little, but once I encountered some sharks, I decided the water wasn't for me.
Okay, safe.
Yeah.
Acai bowls or shaved ice?
Shave ice.
Where? Favorite shaved ice spot? I know where mine is.
I couldn't tell you that.
Shimau's store. Lily Hut.
I don't know. to be honest with you, I cannot tell the difference.
You just like shave ice?
I just prefer shave ice over
Alright.
acai bowls.
Malasadas or Coco Puffs?
Ooh, that's a tough one. It depends, you know. If the malasadas is fresh, I take malasadas.
Okay.
But if it's not, I'd rather have Coco Puffs. Lily Hill Bakery.
And okay, Lily Hill Bakery or Zippies?
Lily Hill Bakery, hands down.
Huh? I thought you was a Zippies guy. I know you like Zippies, but Lily Hill Bakery is...
Yeah.
Oh, I want to get some of that now. Loco Mocos or Poke Bowls?
Loco Moco.
I knew that. All right, here we go. Pepsi or Coke?
I used to drink Pepsi, but I got converted to Coke, so I would have to say Coke.
Oh, okay. Why Coke though? Why Coca-Cola? I thought Pepsi tastes better.
It's a little sweeter, but I like the burn of the Coke, especially after you eat ice cream.
Oh, ice cream float. Coke floats.
Not together. You gotta drink it after you eat the ice cream.
Okay.
I don't know. It does something to your taste buds, and that burn just feels good to me.
This feels good.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, look, you heard from Paulo here, my oos. Hey, Coca-Cola after vanilla ice cream or any ice cream?
Any ice cream.
Any ice cream. Oos, appreciate you so much for being part of the CO2 Rundown. Where can they follow you again?
Paulo_HNL Tattoo.
That's on Instagram?
Yes.
And how can they book an appointment to get tattooed by
you can text me at 808-927-7994 to book a consultation, and from there we can get into the appointment process.
Let's go, man. I'm telling you, book him. He's the best in the business. And
not the best, but I try my best.
Humble. Hey, tell him CO2 sent you. Aloha.